And a good afternoon to you, rugby fans. Welcome to Chicagoland. We're in Lamont, Illinois for the Midwest Rugby Union Championships 2024. It is the Men's Division I Championship, Chicago Lions versus Chicago Griffins. I am John Broker, joined by Lance Kavanaugh with Rob Hammerschmidt as well. Joining us today, Great American Lance Kavanaugh. This is going to be a matchup to see.
You talk about two teams who are less than 15 miles away from each other for the culmination of the Midwest D1 Championships. They knocked off the defending champs, and now we'll have a new champion today. Chicago, stand up.
This is going to be quite a matchup. Rob Hammerschmidt is going to bring us a lot of local knowledge here on the scene. Rob, the Lions, talk us through their season. Lions 4-1-1 on the season, looking pretty strong. Are the Lions bringing Rob momentarily? And for the Chicago Griffins, a little bit differently. They are 3-3 on the season, both putting up some pretty good points here, both making their way to this championship matchup. Now we're going to talk through the lineups for these two teams. But Rob, first, let me talk through the lineups. We'll get your thoughts. Chicago Lions forwards: number 1, Ivan Delgado, Kevin Lydon, and Jeff Steele in the front row. Second row is Harris McLeod and ZB Pawlowski. Flankers are John Turiumi and Anton Vieira, with Jake Kinivau at the number 8. Scrum half, Matthias Delmendalks is going to be the number 9, and the fly half, Luca Milne. Centers are Jacob Hidalgo, Willis Goodwin. On the wing is Logan Jarvie, Peyton Wall, Hunter Simons holding down the back. Lineups for the Chicago Griffins: Captain Timothy Allwine is the loose head, with Brian Flamenco and Juan Penn rounding out the front row. Eric Jacobson and Ryan O'Neill in the second row. Sam Perry and Alex Null, your flankers. Scott Peterson at number 8. Scrum half is Sidney Shoup, 10. Max Dillon, the fly half. Cash Maluia is at number 12, and Hokie Dunn, the outside center. Wings are Vice Captain Jeff Haynes and Matthew Crabtree, with Nolan Corley at the end. Rob Hammerschmidt, these two teams have been battling towards this all season. This should be a great matchup.
Oh, 100%. I'm really looking forward to this. I have no skin in this game now. And these two teams have always been bitter rivals, battling for D1 supremacy in the Chicagoland area. And there are some players on both sides that feed into the academy and feed into the Hounds. So expect an absolute cracker today. I'm excited to see it. I can't wait for this thing to kick off.
Sean Bastick is going to be our referee for this one. You're going to have the Griffins in the hoops right there, kicking off. Run from right to left on your screen. The Lions are going to be in black, running from left to right. No love lost between these two teams. They've been here before. Max Dillon ready to get us going. The 19-year-old from Auckland, played for Liston College. Hangs this one up in the air just outside the 22 here at the beautiful Chicago Blaze facility. Big hits coming in. Expect to see a lot of those from both of these teams as we get underway. The Lions, first draw of the ball here. Quickly into the hands. Looking back there, the Lions. Demendalks, Mathis Demendalks to hang this one up from Seattle, Washington.
You're on with the wing.
Get some good distance on that. Inside their own half. Ball spills forward there. Was it picked up or knocked on? Referee Bastick says indeed it was. So a little early error there. It will be a scrum here to the Chicago Lions just inside their half.
Look, John, I'd expect right now that these two teams are going to test each other in the aerial battle a little bit. It just started coming down, raining in the Chicagoland area, and so it may be a little bit slick. The ball might be a little bit slick, and I'd expect these two teams to test out the back three just to see how good and cool they are underneath that high ball.
First scrum of the game. Referee Bastick is going to call this one in. They always want player safety in the scrums at the 50-meter line. Ball's going to come in from Demendalks. The referee immediately sees a penalty against the Lions, calls it Griffins' first scrum penalty. Lance, good moment right there for them.
Yeah, especially after the early knock-on. Now they can adjust themselves and get locked into this matchup. But this is the confidence points for both teams. Mistakes early, one a little bit more significant with the scrum penalty. But we're going to be looking at a back-and-forth matchup between two bitter rivals. This is going to be great.
Yeah, and I would add this. This is going to be a key match right here in this position inside the 22-meter line. Both teams have quality 10s that can put that ball close, and I'm interested to see how well these throws come in from the respective hookers, because as I've watched them over the course of the season, this is one area where they've been able to put up points but have faltered a little bit.
They go right over the top there into the centers. Interesting first line-out tactic. Here come the Griffins, paralleling their way through. Forwards have their hands on the ball. Ball there to Sydney, shoot. Get it out a little wider. They're playing some fast rugby here right away are these Chicago Griffins. Referee Bostic sees a player not rolling away. Going to penalize the Lions about 10 meters out. Opportunity for a shot. They may go for the corner.
Yeah, it looks like that's what they're going to do, is go for the corner again, rely upon a quality throw-in, maybe try to get that maul working. We know that 24 to 30% of all mauls across the board, from club all the way up to pro level, those result in the total amount of tries. About 28% of the tries scored from the maul situation and quality lineouts.
Line out coming here from the Lions. 3 minutes in, no score, early days. Great day of rugby here. You can see the other field up top. Drive coming from the Griffins. Griffins, Lions playing desperate defense. Good work here. Did they collapse that? Referee says no. They're free to play it. Ball comes out into the hands of Hokie Dunn. Hokie Dunn gets driven sideways by the Chicago Lions team. Lions on defense here on their own line. Can they hold this up? Looks like Juan Penn going in with that ball. Another set of forwards here ready to go. Will they pop this up? Will they keep it tight? Looks like they're going to keep it tight. Driving straight forward there. Good work by the Lions. Stem another attack from the Griffins. Griffins get the ball to Ryan O'Neal. He's driven sideways. These balls can be held up in the try zone, so it's a little tricky down here these days. Changed a little bit. If you get held up in the try zone on these tight pushes, it's a goal line dropout to the other team. Lions on defense. Lions putting some pressure in there. The referee sees that as illegal and gives an advantage to the Griffins. So free play here for the Griffins. Griffins come a little wider, looking to get that ball to the wing, looking for a seam. They get it back as Dylan goes in there. Dylan gets the ball away to his captain, Timothy Olwine. Olwine from Lindenhurst, went to Arkansas State. Nice push here. Griffins, players queuing up. Scott Peterson asking for it, but they keep it tight. Peterson has to come in and pick that one up. Again, sticking with the tight ball of the Griffins. Wide they come into O'Neal's hands. O'Neal has had a couple of runs down here already. Gets the ball back around. Shoot.
Last play though, yeah?
Finds a runner. Referee said that might be the last play on the advantage. We'll see how much is gained there. They hang on to it. Player didn't run into his own. We will come back to the original penalty on that one as it didn't go through. So opportunity right in front of the sticks here for the Griffins. We'll see what the choice is.
I really like Sydney Shoup's work there. Sydney Shoup has played a bit of back row this year on the flank, but he's naturally a number 9, and he's doing a really nice job getting his nose in there, getting quick ball when he needs to, get in the rucks, and winning ball and letting the forwards take it up. Let's see what they do here.
They go quick. They're looking for the 5 points. Ball knocked forward. Advantage here to the Chicago Lions after a good set of defense on their own line. Griffins looking for all money. They were going to put some points on the board. Ball comes back to the Lions. That one is blocked. Referees seem to have an advantage there. We'll see what the call is going to be. Lance, desperate defense there from the Lions. Turns it over. They get the scrum.
And that's a confidence point for the Lions to be able to hold strong. But also, you got to pay attention to the type of penalties that the Lions conceded on multiple occasions deep in their own end. They got to stay away from those to give the Griffins additional shots, and bites at the apple could become costly for them.
Yeah, Lance, I agree. I've watched Sean quite a bit on the whistle this season, and he calls a very good game. But he also calls a very tight game, and teams will have to adapt to how he calls the game if they're not accustomed to it. So they really got to pay attention to how they behave at the breakdown and make sure that they adhere to that. Otherwise, they're going to give away some costly penalties.
Ball slips by out there. A little push. Ball's in the Griffins' hands. We're going to go back to that knock-on. Player had a little push in there, so that probably wouldn't have worked. Scrum to the Griffins, so now it turns over. That wet grass having a little effect here. So another attacking opportunity for the Griffins as we take another look.
And the 8-man pick to the weak side is a great option, but the decision to throw that offload is one of those, it's good if it works, it's terrible if it doesn't. It's one of those coaches' frustration moments, because if that goes to hand, we might be still watching the Lions with possession running down the field.
7 minutes gone. Scrum here to the Griffins. Griffins About to get us started. Referee Bastick to bring us in. Sydney Shoup from Fairview, North Carolina. For the Gilgronis for a bit in Major League Rugby. Big push. The arm is out for a penalty advantage. Scrum penalties coming to the Griffins. Looking at the little wraparound. Beautifully done. Can they convert this into points? They're in. They're over. That's the vice captain, Jeff Hain. Jeff Hain from Elmhurst, Illinois. Touches that one down. First blood and a beautiful little move and a little handbags afterwards.
Yeah, rivalry rugby. We love it. We love it. After the first try, no love lost. I love to see this. Unfortunately for the Lions, though, that's after a 5-point.
Yeah, we can see there the frustration building on the Lions having to defend in their end. But what a brilliant move off the back there. That little wraparound in through the half gap and really took advantage of the space to score that brilliant try. Well done here. Watch the replay. Ball comes out to the 10. Nice to the 13. Then he just pops it outside to that winger coming back inside.
And that's Haynes.
Great play of misdirection, drawn in the defense there to take advantage of the gap.
And that is Haynes, the vice captain.
5 now, Lions. 5 Griffs.
And that kick is good, so it goes to 7-0. Griffins take the early lead here, about 8 minutes gone in this one. The Lions are going to want to answer here.
And look at the way that the Griffins have played over the first bit of this. The deep line-out throw early on their first line-out. The wraparound play, even though they had a penalty laid out for them off that scrum. We'll let the referee handle business.
Referee just telling the captains he would like a little kindness between the players. Doesn't need any scuffles early on. 7-0, just under 9 minutes gone here. Midwest Rugby Union Championship brought to you by Next Level Rugby here at the Chicago Blaze Rugby facility. We're set almost to get underway. Referee Bastick.
Send a blood sub on, please.
Like we might have a personnel change here on the Griffins.
Blood sub, gotta be for blood.
No, we're gonna wait for the blood sub to come on.
Just a blood sub there to see Ryan O'Neill, the account executive from Orland Park, played football at Dartmouth. Now playing rugby for the Chicago Griffins. He'll be able to come back on. They get the blood cleaned up. So right now they have a change in there as the Lions will have the restart. See if they choose short, long, where they want to go here, what kind of pressure they want to put on the Griffins. They get it inside the 22. Griffins have the ball. Going to go to the boot through Dillon. Dillon launches this one downfield across halfway. Going to be a line out here to the Chicago Lions.
You know, I had a chance to speak with Coach Patty Ryan this week, and he said one of the keys to this game was playing in the right areas of the field. And you see there the willingness to be able to, you know, not play out of your end, just get a nice clearance kick, relieve the pressure, you know, work to the next play and see if you can win this line out or at least contest the line out and put a bit of pressure on the Lions.
The usual dancing in the line out as that one sails over the top. The masked man takes it, but it looks like there was a little miscue in there. Referee's whistling it. Gonna be a scrum here to the Griffins.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I think one of the keys to the game is going to be the throw-ins from both sides, hookers. You know, just little miscues, a little bit of dampness on the ball, and it can easily spell a loss of possession. And we want to watch that in the critical areas of the field, both, you know, inside your own 22, but in your attacking 22 to take advantage of some opportunities to score points.
Griffins through Shoup. Peterson has the ball at his feet. There's some room to the right. They're going to come to the left. Shoup's going to move it across. Into the center as they go. Looking to set up a move here to get their offensive pattern together. But Hokie Dunn's going to take it a little further, and Shoup is going to have some runners coming down this left-hand side. Gets it up to Eric Jacobson's hands from Lockport, Illinois. Went to Illinois State. Back in they come again through Hokie Dunn. Hokie Dunn. Ball chipped over by the Griffins. It's inside the 22 of the Lions. We're going to go back to an offside penalty against the Lions. Referee Bastick would like to have a word. And we're going to listen into the referee's
Number
conversation.
11 was offside.
Yes.
We've started the game 6 penalties in a row against your team. I need some discipline.
I had a feeling this was coming, right? Is that Sean calls it close to the bone. He doesn't like penalties mounting up, and he is sure to give that word of caution that you know, there's a potential here for a yellow card if the Lions aren't careful.
Certainly our referees cracking down on this. Dylan puts that one into the corner. It's going to be a line out. Lance, big hits.
Big physical times for a championship game, and Blue right in the middle of the field, setting the motion of what this game is going to be for the Griffins. They've been on the front foot a lot in this early first half, and that just shows what they plan on doing for the rest of this matchup.
Yeah, Lance, I tell you what, that was another key to the game, is that physical contest at the midfield with Cash Malia. You know, it's a bit of a mismatch there across the way with the Lions midfield, a bit smaller centers.
Big scrum, big maul coming in here from the Griffins. They're driving through, they're in, they're over. Referee has his arm up, try awarded. The Griffins strike again, 11 minutes into this one. Powerful forward, take that ball down and do not look back. 5 points on the board, kick to come. Griffins getting the early better of these Lions.
I mean, the Griffins are absolutely winning the physicality battle, not just in the backs, but here we see it in the front. And just look at those boys march forward, putting the Lions on the back foot, making those guys on the fringes retreat, and just driving the ball over the line for their second try.
And you have to figure out a way as a Lions side to put bodies into that maul. You cannot have so many players worrying about the ball moving out of it, especially with a hard charging team like the Griffins. Their forward pack is going to lead the day. You got to get involved and shut them down from the very beginning, because the last thing you want is a Griffin side, who is one of the pinnacle teams in the nation, to find their confidence the way that they have over the first 10 minutes of this match.
Sidney Shoup looks like the referee told him the time was winding down the shot clock there, so it doesn't make that one. So they're going to remain at 12-0 over the Lions in the first half here. Lions will restart this one. One more look at this maul.
And Lance, let me tell you, I think the Griffins are super hungry. Remember, this is the team that in the semifinals 2 years ago were disqualified. Last year they were bounced out by the Bombers, so they want to get back to that finals and make a run of it.
Ball down to the Griffins. Big hit comes in from the Lions. Lions down inside the 22. Draw penalty, very important. They'd like to get some points on the board here 11 minutes in. Can't be chasing the game for too long. So it is a penalty here for the Lions. In steps Luca Milne. Luca Milne from Meath, Ireland, to Concordia University in Canada. Pushes that one into the corner. It's going to be line out here for the Chicago Lions. Opportunity to cut this deficit.
And you know what the perfect counter punch in a moment like this? The perfect counter punch at a moment like this is a maul try right back at them. It shows that you're here for this entire game. You're here to show up.
I've got Toriumi standing in the scrum half roll, so they're going to go for this maul and try to drive it forward. The Griffins trying to shear this one towards the touchline. Good drive forward, bodies on the ground. This one's going to come in to the backs, working their way around. This Milne looking for some space there. Milne eventually dragged to the ground. Ball spills forward. It's in the Griffins' hands. Griffins inside their own 22. Big run would have to come here, but they get it outside to about the 40-meter line. Shoup catches up and steps in. They have runners coming. Tackle eventually made there by Kinivau. Griffins continue to roll forward to Kinivau, trying to rip that one out of the hands there right around halfway. Griffins able to get that one. Jeff, the man of steel, makes the tackle. Shoup comes in to dig that one out. Wall takes that block. Wasn't blocked intentionally. This player.
That has to be a card. That has to be a card. With all the penalties mounting, I'm surprised he didn't reach for the cheese on that one. Especially how they slammed the door to keep the ball from going that far wide. The reaction bit of it, I lean more towards a card, but the referee has been doing a good job controlling this game.
Yeah, most of the time I agree you see a card here. It's only when you get in a situation where you're going to attempt to wrap and you accidentally knock the ball on.
He was kind of in the passing lane there too, so he wasn't really knocking the ball directly forward. So that penalty, however, results in a good territory gain for the Griffins. Griffins will have a line out here about 30 meters out from the Lions line. See Anton Vieira, the phantom of the line out in the middle. Ball up to the middle for the Griffins. Griffins have this ball, wrap it around there, back in the hands of Flamenco. Flamenco gets it out to the hard-running Cash Maluia. Maluia has made some dents in this defense. They move that one quicker. Not sure if that popped up accidentally or on purpose, but Ryan O'Neal takes it forward a little more. Dillon has some room. There's a little show of the ball. There was room, but it was cut off by a defender outside by the Lions. Lions ripped that one away. Ball's in their hands. Driven downfield. Nice ground gain. It's inside the 22. Will it roll on a touch? Is that a 50-22, or did it wind up outside? We'll have to see where the assistant referee places this.
And for the overload that the Griffins just have, for them not to get points or find a way to get past the line, but that steal right there, saving the bacon of the Lions. And we're talking about one of the best kicks maybe of the season. A 50-22 from inside his own 22. That is magic.
Lance, Milton's have been putting on a show all year. He has a great vision, real good touch of the ball, can put his boys into the right areas, but his kicking ability is brilliant. It's been brilliant all year. He does a great job putting the ball into touch right when the Lions need a big lift, and we're going to see what happens right here.
A little dancing around. They're going to go to the middle of the line out, or the Lions. Ball's going to be taken down by Paulowski. They get it into the middle of the field. Little run there, wrap around in the back. They get it out wide. It's in the hands of Simon. Simons gets that ball a little wider, and it just slips. The connection just didn't happen. Great endeavor from the Lions, but it's all for naught as the Griffins will take some advantage from this.
And that is a nightmare for a winger. For the forward to run a beautiful line out that's not contested, the interior back line running a play out the back and through and behind. Ball a little bit low around the knees, but to whom much is given, much is tested. You got to bring that in. You got to find a way to get that all the way into the try line.
I mean, the pass was perfectly timed by Corley. Just didn't get it high enough and right in that breadbasket where, Haney was able to take it into the try zone.
Ball in from the Griffins. Scrum battle has been interesting here. Trying to draw the penalty, but referee telling Shoot to use it. Go to Dillon. He puts it to that boot. Doesn't gain a lot of ground. It's going to be a line out here for the Chicago Lions just outside the 22. Another great attacking opportunity for this Lions team. Lions get their lineup set. Going to be a 5-player lineout. 3 coming in the middle. See at the back there, Demendalks, the number 9 distributor, gets it. Moves it out to Milne, gets a good pass in the middle of the field. They're sending some hard runners up the guts there, trying to wrap that around as they bring people in. Defense holds, a little late hit there possibly, but the ball winds up on the 5-meter line. Right there is Max Dillon. Max Dillon, the youngster, has been very solid at that number 10 position. Ball comes across. Logan Jarvie, the Scottish-born player, takes this one across the 40-meter line. Shoot, trying to dig that out, eventually dislodged, so they are still alive. Demendalks. Out to the wing they go, a little chip up top, winds up in the Griffins' hands. I'm going to keep that ball in hand just a bit more, the Lions. Ball goes to the ground, Griffins. Outside the 22, Jeff Steele trying to rip that ball out of the hands there, player on the ground. Ball goes loose, Griffins pounce on it. Max Dillon steps into that distributor role with a pick and go off the back, trying to find a little room through Brian Flamenco. Shoop calling for some players to come in. Looks like a shaping for a box kick here, trying to get some territory downfield. Switch it to the right boot, hangs one up in the air. Looking for a contestable ball, taken by the Griffins. Big hits coming in right off of that one. Looked like a no-arms tackle. Referee whistles us to stop here. Someone may be in a bit of trouble.
Captain, 12. 12.
Bottom right hand of the screen, you see a replay.
You've wrapped him on a tackle on the hit on your left inside shoulder.
I think what he's calling there is a high tackle. He got the shoulder up along the jawline. Even though he brought the wrap, it was well timed. The man in there had planted his feet. I don't know. I would, if we had a TMO, we'd have to go back and look at this one because I think that was a really, really nice tackle. It couldn't have done it much better.
Sometimes
No.
collision
Let him call it, Patty.
makes a difference to the referees with what they see coming in, but right on the spot there, referee Baptist and the Lions have an opportunity here. They're going to be a player up. One of the key runners and defensive players for the Griffins, Cash Malawia, is going to be in the bin. Not the prettiest lineup, but they get it. Comes out to Milne. Milne has some runners in the middle of the field. Look around the back. Again, ball not there. The miscue on that line. Little chip forward. Can they make something out of this? Ball gets into the hands of Logan Jarvie. Jarvie to the ground. Demondalks has runners. Demondalks again, middle of the field. They go wide out the back. Good Griffins defense, but sneaking right by there is Jacob Hidalgo. Hidalgo hands off a couple of more. Hidalgo eventually taken down. He's about 10 meters out there, looking to the short side. Little tip pass outside there to Milne. Milne, can he keep himself infield number one and work his way towards the try line? Doing so, it's Ivan Delgado. Delgado gets to the 5-meter line. Alex Null trying to tear that away, but he gets taken off. Shoot, very close to an offside position there. Here's the scrum half. At the 5-meter line are the Lions. Down 12-0. Lions would love to get some points on the board here. They've been threatening since that early surge from the Griffins. Griffins putting on some great defense right there. Peyton Wall ducks one, but eventually he's taken down. Demondalks looking at Milne. He's got Steele out there as well. Referee has his arm out for an advantage. Cross they come. Milne pushes into the try zone, for Jarvie to run onto. We're going to come back for a penalty against the Griffins right around the 22 meters, right in front of the post.
Right there, I think you saw Milne put all his skill set right on the table in that series, and it starts with that nice little grubber ahead, and here you're going to see him try to put guys into space. He had a nice little run on the far touch line that really dug deep into Griffin's territory. I think he's a key player for the Lions right now. I'd look to keep your eyes on him if you're watching from home.
And the wall of Peyton will not be knocked over. Able to fight through, especially after a quick catch right there. Conversion up and good, but these Lions deciding to buckle in and get themselves on the scoreboard after that yellow card. And be reminded, ladies and gentlemen, that the tackle area, the high tackle area, is just a little bit different with the new rules that came in September. So unfortunately hard pressed for the Griffins, but I believe that was a good call by the ref.
Griffins will restart this one after a period of sustained offense. The Lions are only coming back with 3 points out of the zone there. So 12-3 for the Griffins, just halfway through this first half. Plenty of time to go here. It was all Griffins at the beginning. Lions have picked it up a bit. We'll see where the momentum goes as this half goes on.
In my mind, it was smart for the Lions to take the 3 points there. You got to get something on the board, something to show for your efforts, something to show, for all the penalties that you've gotten to your advantage. You're down 12-0. You get 3 points. You're on the board. Gives yourselves a little bit of momentum. Gives yourself a boost of confidence. And now you keep working forward from here.
Dillon hangs one inside the 22. Gets some good height on it, but taken down by the Lions. Still inside their 22. Looking for some runners as Demondalks finds him right there. Lions go to the boot. Looking for some space in behind, and they find it. Get it down inside the 22. That was a boomer for the Lions. And Dillon's just going to push that one into touch. His touch kicks have been not getting that much distance, Dillon. The rest of his game, fantastic. But it's being a line out of the 40-meter line for the Lions. Another opportunity, smart for them to stay down the center of the field.
With the Lions bringing the forwards in there, I just thought they would kick it into that far touch line. I was kind of surprised they put it down in the middle of the field. But there you saw again, Milne coming to the rescue and putting the Griffins on the back foot by kicking it deep and forcing the pressure.
Lions go to the tail, slips off the hands of Demendog, so scrum advantage here. Griffins waste no time getting on the run. Shoot, moves it a little wider. That one's going to be taken to the ground by O'Neal. Had no one to pass to, caught the balls, he's kind of moving backwards. Dylan gets out ahead with a little grubber. Into the foot, I should say, of one of the Lions players. Just hacks it over. They're inside the 40-meter line, so a real broken play right now. We'll see if one of these teams can take advantage of this. The ball goes just a bit wider. The Griffins looking to use that wing. They get the ball out there to Matthew Crabtree. Haven't seen a ton of the number 11 so far this game. Shoot. Finds one of these forwards. That's Mawinga. And as a blood sub at the moment, I believe. Ball hangs high over the Lions' heads. Blocked partially by the Griffins, so that ball should be live. Mawinga. Players trying to dig there. The captain, all line. He's a teacher in the Chicago area. Ball to the ground there for the Griffins. For the Lions. Lions have the ball. Demondogs goes to the boot, puts it downfield. Was he inside his own 50-meter line? Where will this go? It is going to stay just in. And Max Dillon is going to push this downfield just about 30 meters out. Another line out here for the Lions. They really need to capitalize on some of this with about 15 minutes to go in the half.
Use your finger.
We're at full strength again here as the Griffins card against Cash Malawia is going to be over. Line is going to go to the front of the lineup. Very simple with that one. Little wraparound play. Players not coming quite with the speed they might want there. So they're stuck in the middle a little bit. Ball picked up. Demondogs. Vieira. Wide they come. Milne gets his hands free. What an offload. Beautiful there. Kevin Lyden, the hooker, puts in a little chip ahead. Can he keep it in? It rolls into touch. Deft little foot there from Kevin Lyden from Elk Grove, Illinois. Almost could feel his own kick there, but it's going to go into touch, beat Griffin's lineup.
Look at this nice little offload right there. He sees that half gap, gets past the defender, and then just gives a little flick on. Nice little chip and chase. Unfortunately goes out of bounds, but boy, that was a nice series of plays by the Lions there. Again, putting pressure on the Griffins inside their own 15.
Griffins put this one in. Trying to draw some defenders in here with a maul inside their own 22. Shoot. Is going to go to the boot with that one. Shoot. Doesn't find touch. Gets to Milne. Milne steps one. Milne has a forest of Griffins in front of him, but slips through. Gets the ball a little wider there. Out into the hands of Toriumi. Toriumi takes it in. They're about 10 meters out. They've been here for a long time, the Lions. See if they can break the line this time. Little pick and go off the back. They have a player down right now, so they're down just one as the ball comes to Demondogs. Demondogs goes a little wider. A little pass back in. Is this the one? And indeed it is. It is Jake Kinney-Vau from the Point Hope, Alaska. Went to the University of Utah. Touches down 5 points for the Lions. And this game starts to change.
Did you see that magic? Did you see Luka? Did you see Luka on that return? Making multiple defenders miss. There goes one. Sorry about your ankles. Excuse me, you two. Get out of my way. Spin move, pressing circle on the controller, and he paid for it right there, and he didn't get up until after the try. Amazing build-up for the Lions. But again, the Lions bringing the pressure. The Griffins are not really testing them when they're clearing their lines from their own try line, and the Lions are confident attacking back. Easy bucket. Well worked, but easy bucket for the Lions.
The key right there is that ball going out wide, and the defender overplays it. It was man on man. He was fine. If they just would have marked up with that inside run by Jake Kinney-Vau coming in, they would have been fine on defense, but that inside defender overplays it, looks to play the runner that looks to be seeing the ball, and then the ball comes back inside. Brilliant work by the Lions.
Kick is good. That brings them to 10. A much tighter game now. Griffins will restart this one. Lions will be in receipt as we have one more look at the try.
not yet. He's got one. Hey.
I believe that was Sam Perry, a guy that's got a bit of tick for the Hounds in season 1 and played in the academy and played with them a little bit last year. I would have expected him to play that a little bit more straight up and not get sucked into that pass that's going outside his shoulder.
Yeah, just missed defensive assignment there. Lions are going to waste no time playing the territory game, getting this one downfield. Return here from the Griffins. Griffins up by 2. 27.5 minutes gone. Big pressure coming on Mawinga. Dillon moves it out. Little flat-footed there, so not a lot to go forward from that pass. But they work it to get a little momentum. Shoot. Gets it out there to Perry. Player taken away there, and the Griffins, from the Griffins around the side. Ball in here. Here comes Shoop again. Big rush there from Vieira. Timed that one well to put some pressure on Max Dillon. Looking for some runners out wide. The Griffins in a little bit of two minds at the moment here. Their structure seems to be just a touch off. So they get the ball to Mawinga. But a penalty against the Lions there. Griffins an opportunity. They're past halfway.
Yeah, he's on. Give me a sec. You want time off? Yeah, time off for me, huh?
Penalty here right at halfway. See what they decide to do. A little discussion going on with Maluia back in the game. It will make a bit of a difference. He adds a lot of go forward and defensive prowess as they push that one into touch. So about 30 meters out, it's going to be a line out for the Chicago Griffins.
Yeah, and that's just a poor attempt. No real attempt to wrap. Getting very low on the ball carrier, but that right arm stay on the ground. That right arm stays on the ground with no attempt to really grab at or reach for a limb. Referee's going to be on top of that every time for safety.
Ball coming here from the Griffins. Flamenco gets that one up. They set up their maul, but they're about 25 meters out. Flamenco at the tail. Shoot. Goes out there to Maluia. Maluia pumps the legs, gets across the 22. Ball spills there. Referee thought about a whistle. Comes back up to the Griffins. Griffins still on it. Shoot. Little tip pass to a player coming in on the angle, but cannot break the line. Cross they come again. Big pass there to Ryan O'Neal. Looking to work this end of the field. Defense coming up on the outside there. Great work by Hunter Simons. Really put some pressure on there as the ball comes back across to Mawinga. He has not been able to get a head of steam on the ball, Mawinga. Would be hard to take down if he did. Shoot, looking for some runners. Gets it to Flamenco. Ball pops out back into the hands of the Griffins. Referee says it went forward first. So it's going to be a scrum here for the Chicago Lions right at their 22. We're under 10 minutes to go in the first half.
You can see a little bit of frustration on behalf of the forwards there with that ball going and being knocked on. You know, you have the run of play. You've actually had a nice series of attempts to straighten up the ball, to kind of secure things and reset your offensive structure. And then you get a turnover like that when you're in the attacking 22. Just real frustrating. And I'm not surprised the forwards show it right there.
Referee Bastic brings us together. 9 minutes to go on the game clock. Chicago Lions, ball in hand. Stable scrum. They bring it out to Milne. Milne puts it to the boot. Across the 50 they go. Well fielded by the Griffins. Griffins, fullback right there is Nolan Corley. Nolan Corley makes it to the ground. Shoot looks one way, goes the other. Ball bounces. Eventually picked up by Jacobson from Lockport, Illinois. Allwine. Lions over that trying to dig it away, but cannot. Shoot. Ball spilled. Scrum to the Lions. You can see Toriuma was thrilled with that one from Buffalo Grove, Illinois. It's going to be a scrum to the Lions.
look at the physicality of both teams. The Lions holding their own in a lot of these tackles, but some of these Griffin ball carriers have really been bringing the noise, especially in the middle of the field. Able to force a turnover there. But man, this game is starting to really heat up between these two rivals. It's becoming a clash of titans from what we've been seeing.
There are plenty of good careers without an education that can make a lot of money and not go into significant college debt. Thank you.
That's why you said that. Sorry, bro.
Player down.
You can hear official
attended
Sean
to
Bass.
here.
Yeah, no, I got it.
You can hear Sean there telling the players exactly what he wants, giving them a bit of direction of how he's going to officiate the game. It's always appreciated. His communication skills are really, really good whenever he's on the whistle.
Boys, water off, please. Yeah, we're all good now.
Referee says we're ready to play.
Boys, all ready?
Front rows look happy, going to get to do what they do.
Small knock, restart, scrum.
All in the hand of the Lions scrum half, Demon Dawks. 2024 Chicago Hounds Academy player. Scrums come together. It's Lions ball inside the Griffins half. Griffins trying to get the squeeze on. Ball comes a little wider, looking for a wraparound here. Will they get somewhere? They straighten up the line. Cannot sneak away as Willis Goodwin. Willis Goodwin taken down eventually. They're at the 40-meter line. Is there some room on the wing here? They're going to have to come back in. Big kick comes in from Null.
You want high or no, Randall? No, thank you.
Looking for a midfield pod. They go out the back again. A rushing defense there holds them off. Steele goes around the back. Can they get some room on the wing? Here's Lyden. We've seen his kicking before. Now we see his passing. What can he do? Ball comes in. Steele has to go over and clean that one out. All across field again. Player down. A little bit of shoulder injury there. They're straightening this one up through Vieira. Milne looking over the top there. They get it to the wing. The Lions turn the corner. We're going to have a lead change. The Lions 15, the Griffins 12. Kick to come. What side-to-side work from this Lions team. And they touch down 5 points and in the lead for the first time in this one.
Yeah, I'll talk to him after.
I mean, how well worked of a try do you need? That dummy there to get the extra space, and he paid the price. Happened to be the player holding his shoulder on the ground. And from there, the Lions just found a way to get all the way across. I thought it was going to be an interception in that 5-meter channel on this skip pass, but right over the top and through. The wall has been broken as Peyton slides in for a 5-pointer for the Lions.
Once again, we see the vision of Milne. He's shown all his skills today, both with the foot as well as with his ability to run with the ball. And then there you see the brilliance of his vision and ability to put his boys into space. And Peyton Wall is a big unit on that wing. He would not be denied. He's one of those guys, when he gets down that touch line, he knows how to bring it back in. He's physical enough not to get taken into touch and get that, have that ball turned over, and he dots it down to put the Lions ahead. That was great work on behalf of the Lions, and it starts with Jeff Steele.
Griffins to restart us here.
Sorry, buddy, sorry. Late.
I mean, argument could be made that that pass to the wing was a tad forward.
Okay.
From this angle, it looked a tad, but the referee has been on top of it, so 5 for the Lions.
And those marginal ones, I'll take, Lance, because that makes for exciting and fun rugby, right? We knew this would be an absolute cracker, and it has lived up to everything we thought it would be, Billy.
Griffins have the ball across their own 40-meter line. Well taken. They would like to get another lead change on the board. They're down by 5, 17-12. 5 minutes of the game clock. Referee has the time. Sneak by Lyden that time. Shoop digging. Shoop off to the right there. Jacobson. And pass is going just a little bit in behind, so Hain has to drive that one forward. Shoop. Tip pass there. The middle of the field. Griffins continue on. Shoop is going to go to the boot this time. Look to get it inside the 22. Did it go directly in a touch? It looked as though it did. We'll come all the way back there. It's going to be a Lions line out from where it was kicked.
That's a tough one there. You have the run of play. You're willing to give up possession if you can gain some territory. And the ball just doesn't work its magic on that touch line. Goes straight in a touch. and the Lions get a line out from where the ball was kicked. And you can see the excitement on the sidelines, just how ecstatic the Lions and their fans are at getting that ball back where it was kicked from.
Yeah, I got you. No time.
Game is back on, lighting to put this one in. Players lining up. The usual trickery in the line out as the ball goes to Paulowski. They come down with it. It sails over Milne's head. We're going to have to work from a little bit of a deficit here. Kinney Val scored a try earlier. Little break there. A seam opened up. Demon Dulks happy to go through it, but they now have to dig it back out. Gets to Jeff Steele.
Now away, please. Stay there. There's no time, okay?
Demon Dulks
No time.
looking for some runners. Chicago Griffins very aware they like to play out the back the Lions. They're sending those defenders in just behind there, trying to catch a player on an island. Ball hoofed in a touch. It's got to be halftime according to the referee. It is indeed halftime, 17-12. The Lions lead the Griffins in this Division I championship matchup. We're going to step away for halftime. We'll be back to the second half in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
John, we come back from break. Is there anything in particular we want to hit upon?
A message from the rugby universe. America, get in the game! It's time for the sleeping giant of rugby got off the sideline and into the action. But like all big jobs, you'll need the right tools. Go to worldrugbyshop.com for boots, jerseys, shorts, and scrum caps. Everything you'll need to rock and roll. Get the right kit for playing and training, plus the finest selection of official supporters gear from around the globe. worldrugbyshop.com, America's home for rugby.
Today's Midwest Rugby Finals are brought to you in part by Kombucha. It's time for a gut check. Kombucha is your natural source of probiotics and electrolytes, designed to fuel your peak performance on and off the field. And here's an exclusive offer for our rugby community. Visit kombucha.com and use coupon code MidwestRugby, no spaces, at checkout to enjoy free shipping on your first order. It's a great way to recharge with clean hydration and take your game to the next level.
Upgrade your team merch with Rugby.co. Looking to elevate your team's look? Head over to Rugby.co to get started. Rugby.co offers free online team stores. No contracts, no minimums, and no setup fees. Open a store today to access exclusive discounts on bulk team orders. Plus, they can help with event essentials like banners, tents, promotional items, and more. Get started today at Rugby.co and take your team's merch to the next level.
A message from the rugby universe. America, get in the game! It's time for the sleeping giant of rugby got off the sideline and into the action. But like all big jobs, you'll need the right tools. Go to worldrugbyshop.com for boots, jerseys, shorts, and scrum caps. Everything you'll need to rock and roll. Get the right kit for playing and training, plus the finest selection of official supporters gear from around the globe. worldrugbyshop.com, America's home for rugby.
Tell me about your experience with RCT so far.
Well, I think my experience can be best described as really fun and community bonding because I meet so many new people playing the sport I love.
I wrestle and I play football, and there's nothing like rugby.
Yeah, everybody that I've ever met that tries rugby just comes to one practice has ended up liking it. And I asked her like what it was, and she said like full contact, like same rules, guys and girls, and I didn't believe her. And then she was like, oh, come out to our practices. And I did, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to play. And then I started playing. And it was really fun.
I don't know, it's just a game that I love. It's pretty fun though, I don't know, I just love everything about it.
The laid-back atmosphere of it, we all be friends on the field and off the field.
Just the bond and the vibe from everybody is nice and builds like a lot of character.
You should play it. Play rugby. That's it.
Like how we can like beat out of each other in the game, but then we like come together after and we're just like shake hands.
But what do you think that is? Why is that?
I personally think it's just we're all one community, like it's one family. You all play rugby, it's just one family.
It's a sport. Yeah, because if you have to have respect for the person going after you because you work hard and they have to work just as hard after you.
So you say that respect is probably the greatest value you can gain out of this game?
By far.
Yeah.
By far.
The RCT out here has been amazing. I came out here because I know that all the states out here have some great youth rugby, and I was not disappointed in any way. So saw some amazing action out here from both young men and young women, and it's looking pretty bright for our future here.
What's your favorite part about playing rugby?
I really like the camaraderie of it, and like the game is just so physical and it's fun. It's hard, like even though it's hard for me.
Yeah.
Rugby has helped me stay consistent, and as a woman, I feel really empowered being able to tackle people. It just changes lives.
Today's Midwest Rugby Finals are brought to you in part by Kombucha. It's time for a gut check. Kombucha is your natural source of probiotics and electrolytes, designed to fuel your peak performance on and off the field. And here's an exclusive offer for our rugby community. Visit kombucha.com and use coupon code MidwestRugby, no spaces, at checkout to enjoy free shipping on your first order. It's a great way to recharge with clean hydration and take your game to the next level.
Upgrade your team merch with Rugby.co. Looking to elevate your team's look? Head over to Rugby.co to get started. Rugby.co offers free online team stores. No contracts, no minimums, and no setup fees. Open a store today to access exclusive discounts on bulk team orders. Plus, they can help with event essentials like banners, tents, promotional items, and more. Get started today at Rugby.co and take your team's merch to the next level.
Welcome back. It is a tight game. The late lead change. Chicago Lions lead the Griffins in the Midwest Rugby Union 2024 Championships. It's Men Division I. It is John Brogram with Lance Kavanaugh and Rob Hammerschmidt. Boys, let's talk through some of these highlights. Let's start with Rob.
A brilliant play that was set up. It starts with Schuper. He puts that ball out, and then a quick wrap around to an inside ball, draws the defenders for a great opening try.
Lance, keep talking us through here.
Well, a lot of the things that the Griffins really were successful on early on was how physical they carried the game, especially in their first try, that maul try right there. This yellow card really hurt them early on. Remember, that tackle height has changed over the last couple months, and that just results in the cheese being delivered, giving the Lions opportunities to really convert and make things happen. And the hot stepper himself creating opportunities for the Lions, scoring again one phase later. Built up, this match has been built up as the two teams in the Midwest that you really had to worry about knocking off St. Louis Bombers, the former champions with the Griffins. They are on a mission to get back to nationals, as Rob said earlier in this broadcast. And with that skip pass right there, the Lions find themselves up on top the wall, sliding in to get 5 for the guys. And you can see how they felt about that. This rivalry matchup is everything we asked for in the first half.
And that was a late lead change. Lance, I think you said to me before the game, this is the Hatfields and the McCoys. There's no love lost between these two teams. They are ready to go at it. You're going to see the Lions running from right to left on your screen in black, and the hoops will be the Griffins. Referee Bastick in the middle had a great first half. We're ready to keep this going. We are going to be underway here. Everything to play for. Just 5 points in it, 17 to 12. And we are underway here at the Chicago Blaze Rugby facility. Second half to go. Griffins, ball in hand. Quick offload. Shoot. Shoot. Launches one downfield. Winds up in the Lions' hands. They go to the boot. Little early positional play. Through comes Corley. Little chip, a ball is back in the hands. They move to the wing quickly. Milne has had such a good half with the boot and those hot steps, as we said. Penalty here against the Griffins. Quick whistle there from the referee.
No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it right now. Yes. This was another no wrap. We've had a guy go off in the first half. It's a penalty now because it was marginal. Yeah?
Then you see Sean Bastick laying down the law there. And again, like I said earlier, he clearly communicates what he's looking for. He clearly communicates to both sides, to the captains, what he wants and what he expects moving forward. And he gives them a warning. And I expect if we see any other high tackles or contact area problems that he's going to show him the cheese.
That was a penalty there for the Lions. They push it downfield. They're about 15 meters out from the Griffins line. They had that lead change late in the first half. Can they add to those points right here? Be very important for them. Kevin Lyden, a dean of students in Chicago Public Schools. Ball goes up to the front into the hands of Harris McLeod. McLeod from Fife, Scotland.
No, he's all fine.
The Lions trying to push. Referee. Got someone offside. Doesn't have a hand out. But ball not coming out, so it's going to be a scrum here to the Griffins near their own line.
Boys, I had no issue.
That's huge for the Griffins. Right here, you get a scrum inside your 15, turnover ball, an opportunity to relieve some pressure and start to mount an attack. It's going to be a little defeating on behalf of the Lions after they work so hard to put that ball down into the red zone. So let's see if the Griffins can relieve that pressure and start to mount that attack and get themselves back ahead on the scoreboard.
Stay low, stay low. Crouch! Bind! Set!
Ball to come in here from shoot. Pressure coming in. The Lions trying to draw a penalty here. Have they done so? Referee sees the Lions committing the offense, so it'll be a penalty for the Griffins. They will most likely push this downfield, move the chains, and take a line out further down.
Now let's see what Dylan can do to relieve pressure. He has not been quite as capable as Milne has been as getting that ball downfield. But at this point, any pressure relieved is pressure turned over the other way. So let's see what happens here. And if the Griffins can put the screws to the Lions here after this penalty.
Right here, boy.
Griffins at their own 40-meter line. Flamenco to put this one in. Played high school rugby for the Fort Hunt Warriors.
Yeah.
Ball up to the middle of the lineout. Quick ball around the back, trying to get that physicality going, but they forgot to bring the ball with them. Shoot picks it up, but it was knocked on in that contact. So it's going to be a scrum here for the Chicago Lions.
That was incredible. On contact, he lost the contact and still somehow pulled away with the ball. That is something you only see on highlight reels. Amazing bit of defense, mounting to a knock on, and the Lions get the ball back.
Well, Lance, we were talking about it at break, just the importance of the physicality in this game. And we were wondering which team would come forth with it in the second half. And it looks like the Lions have brought it, although we have a line down here.
ZB Paulowski getting a 10-2 from Krakow, Poland. Went to St. Bonaventure University. He's up and seems to be okay.
Seems to be favoring that elbow that's all strapped up there.
Time on.
Ball to come in here. We're back in play. This is going to be a Lions put in.
Bind.
Got some room to run to the right there. They decide to go with Kinnevok, or they can come out to Milne in the backs. They're going to come to Milne. Milne, ball in hand, has options. Looking to put the ball to the boot there, but a little miscue, so it's in the hands of the Griffins. Not sure what the intent was there, but Shoop spots that space in back. Put some big pressure on the Lions down here. Lions, nice break there. Good work by Peyton Wall. Peyton Wall gets about 30 meters out. Shoop was in there like a shot trying to take that away. Could not make it happen. So the Lions working from their own 30-meter line. Ball in hand, looking for the kick here. We're going to get a penalty for a player coming in off their feet, putting a shot in there. The Lions player is okay. That was a little rough coming down there.
No. Randall.
Referee and the assistant referee will have a discussion, so we will listen in, see if there's any further action.
But I've seen it go clearly one. Number 6, red, coming over the top, crushing the player on the back, so I was going to go yellow card. 6, red. 6, red, captain. Here we go now.
Sam Perry from California. The La Marinda High School seems to be offending
We
player.
have a ruck clearly one. There's no need to go and crush a player into his spine.
There was
right
one
down.
made it to the right.
Trying to plead his case there. Not doing very well out of the Sam Perry. He's going to have 10 minutes in the bin as we take another look.
Yeah, that's a significant offense. You don't want to put another player in danger of injury, especially to the spinal cord area. Again, you see Sean laying down the law there, expressing his indication of what he wants to see on behalf of all the players on the pitch.
Oh my goodness.
Legend.
Andrew Suniula takes the field.
You know, it's funny, boys. I talked with Patty Ryan earlier, and I said, you know, can I get a chance to talk
on the spine.
With the head coach? And he said, well, he's busy playing right now, and I had a sneaking suspicion that he would come on as a sub in this game. And sure enough, the former USA Eagle is going to come on. He's got to be 40 years old, and he's still playing ball.
They can get that age for you. Suniula on the field, a wealth of experience, lovely people too. Big break there. One player up are the Chicago Lions. See if they can capitalize here as Perry's going to take a 10-minute break. Ball comes out there to Milne. Milne puts a little pass in. Defense is up pretty well, but nice break there from Wall. Peyton Wall just finding his way through some players, seemingly at will there. Wasn't room, but he made it happen. Ball comes back here to the Lions. Jeff Steele catches it flat-footed, but able to get around a couple of players there. Griffin's player is locked in, but not illegally so, says the referee. As they come back and they go to the boot, blocked, and off they come. Nice little pass out there. Looking over the top, little basketball pass. We're going to come back with an intentional knockdown from the Lions. So ball here for the Griffins.
You see the strength of Peyton Wall in that series, and it's no wonder he was drafted by the Chicago Hounds. I think they have expectations that that man is going to be a developmental player next season, and then he can figure quickly into the lineup at some point, either later on in the season or the following. Peyton Wall just showing his strength. He did so as well at MLR Rising. His stock really built there. Really good under the high ball. Really strong in contact, and we can see why this man had so much success at Indiana University.
No, I don't want to hear that. That was blatantly egregious. Fortunate it wasn't red.
Referee discussing that yellow card again. Max Dillon has the ball. Slow down here. We'll see what their decision is going to be.
I mean, can we talk about first touch of the ball? Andrew's first touch of the ball, not putting on the burners and trying to get to the corner, but instead taking it slow and trying to throw it over the top.
Yeah. Jeff Steele also does some work with Next Level Rugby. getting attended to here, just a little cramp.
All right, let's go. Come on.
Thank you, Jeff, for your work earlier today. We're sure you're going to be okay. Every day to Next Level Rugby, we love you, brother. We're going to move on with the game here as Jeff Steele seems to be all right. It is a penalty here for the Griffins. Expect them to push this one downfield. Look for the line out. See the beautiful Blaze facility in behind us here. Dylan has ball in hand. They're at the 40-meter line of the Lions. See what kind of distance he can get on this. He gets it inside the 22. So it is going to be their line out. We had a pretty effective maul so far this game. We'll see what the tactic is here.
That's a good kick. I'd expect the Griffins to come in with that line out and go quickly to that rolling maul and test the physicality of the Lions up front.
Still win the line out. Come on.
Players step into the lineout. They have the 5 player. They're going to go to the front there to Null. Big drive comes in from the Chicago Lions, but they break away. Ball goes to the ground. Chicago Griffins have to work a little harder. O-line, the captain. Driving forward, keeps himself going, leading by example. He's right there. Is he there? Is he in? Referee says he was knocked on in the action by O-line. Such an effort, but he's going back for a scrum to the Lions at their own 5-meter line.
And this is physicality showing up. This is the physicality showing up. The Lions' defensive line didn't move off of their try line. And on his reach over, it can be said that was knocked. But the physicality for the Lions just isn't there. They got to move up and get into the face of these Griffin attackers, or they're going to have a long day.
Bring it back to me.
Timmy O-line there just showing the strength.
Yeah, thank you. No, you cannot. We don't need to do that either.
Goal line dropout. They get some distance, almost out to halfway. Dylan sends a runner in there. Hokey done. Shoot. In behind they go. Dylan. They get the power runner, Maluia.
No, we're fine. No, you pushed it into him.
Shoot, comes back across. O-line's going to take it in again. Nearly scored a try just moments ago. Shoot. Middle of the field. Good defense coming up from the Lions. Null has to work very hard to get momentum, but does eventually. Ball comes down. Looked like it slipped forward, but a referee is fine with it. Shoop is going to come off to the left-hand side. He caught that ball a little awkwardly, so it goes back. Peterson takes it in. Ball comes back to the Lions. Looked like Lied in there. Kicked that one downfield. Good pressure from the hooker. He's a couple of good kicks today. Not something you see all the time. Dylan hangs one high in the air. Well taken by the Lions. Cross field they come. The boot. There's some space back here if they can get it. Winds up in front of the 22. A low driving kick this time. Finds its way down inside the 22 of the Lions. Into the hands of Jacob Hidalgo. Hidalgo is going to find touch with that one, so it's going to be a Griffins lineout. They win a bit of a territorial battle, attacking right from halfway.
You see the Griffins trying to get the physical battle back into their game plan, but it's almost like they're going a step too far. You saw it with Tim Allwine almost scoring the try. You saw it there at the end with the turnover, and the Lions then just get the clearance kick, and again they have the boot that's able to put them back in the driver's seat and play in the half of the field that they want to play in to put himself on the front foot.
You know, weather change here in Chicago. People starting to get a little more dressed up. Lots of jackets and hats out there. And beautiful up until recently. Griffins come up with the ball. Shoot. Into the middle of the field. Maluia.
You're good. Everyone's on.
Ball taken as a mark there inside the 22 as a range. First come down here a little bit at the Chicago Blaze facility. 13 minutes into this second half.
There you go. Thank you.
Milne. Dylan comes across. Corley puts another pass in. Malawiya. Well handled by one of the Lions players there. Ball squirts out. They have to pick and go. That's Hookie done. Shoop. Little pass inside to Allwine from Mawinga. Shoop again. Dylan gonna go to the boot this time. Gonna drive one down. Well taken there by Hunter Simons. That one not so much. Ball comes down to the Lions. Gonna be a scrum here for the Griffins, the 40-meter line.
Perhaps the rain's playing a little bit of a factor in the ball handling out there on the pitch. Didn't look like he was expecting that pass. He thought he would Simons would take it into contact and just straighten up the line and reset the offense.
Ball in from the Griffins. Lions get a good push on that one, but no penalties are going to come. Right in the middle of the field they come. They get it to Malawiya with a head of steam, and he is awfully hard to stop. He takes a crowd of Lions with him. They're looking for the wing here. They're looking for the space. Can't quite find it. Corley gets it about the 8-meter line, but they turn it over to the Lions. The Lions on the run here. The Lions push that one downfield. LeBoux pressure's on. Down on that ball. Really well done for the Griffins. Lions still trying to take this one away. Ball live. Gonna have to reset. Replacement for the Griffins.
No, we're all good. No, hey, stay down, 6.
More power coming in from the Griffins. No points so far. 15 minutes in the second half. 17-12 since that Lions try late in the first. They have had the advantage. Griffins knocked on the door a couple of times. Shoop goes to the boot. Did that go directly into touch? Indeed, it did. Or not. Maybe it bounced out, so it's going to come here. It's going to be a line out. They've been tipped by one of the Lions players.
Yeah, you saw on the sideline there, Luke White, both teams filled with members of the Chicago Hounds. And we can, clearly see it's great to see MLR in Chicago and the intent by the Chicago Hounds to make sure they distribute some of the talent throughout the league, whether it be on the field or whether it be on the coaching staff. And you can see the rain coming down really hard. Again, will that affect gameplay here as we edge ourselves closer to the last quarter of this match?
The rain is starting to come down. Shoop finds a runner right in the middle of the field. Getting that first strike in there. Shoop having to dig. Allwine, it slips out of his hands. He's been sure and steady, the captain, all game, but just couldn't quite get that one. There was a big Andrew Suniula run, and then Allwine just slipped.
Again, the rain becoming a factor. You can't help but think that with this steady pounding of this rain, the ball is getting a little bit more slick. You have to be a bit more sure-handed, and there you see the frustration of the Chicago Griffins when the ball is knocked on, when you're on the front foot in the attacking red zone of the Chicago Lions, and the Lions excited. You could hear the sideline getting into it because they win that battle in a critical area of the field.
Lions ball, Demendalks. Another one of the Hounds Academy players. Free kick here to the Lions. They're going to go quick. Kinnevok looking for some space between players. Bounces off of one into another. You see Malawiya in there trying to cut that one off, but referee.
He might get another card.
Let's listen into this conversation.
Don't hide.
Well, we are going back to talk to the
serve. Now you've had a no-wrap tackle again.
So he's going to be over. That's a red.
That's a double yellow and a red there. That is going to be trouble there for Malawiya. They are down a player for the remainder of the game are the Griffins. Maluia, an absolute force on the field. Unlucky for him. Going to be spending the rest of the game off of it. And a little tougher road here for the Griffins.
A little bit of wine to go with that cheese.
Certainly. Yeah.
We're not pleased
I'll go to the other
with the call. Referee Bastic's been pretty clear, as you guys have been saying, about what he's looking for. You just saw it right there. That's a danger you run. As Leiden puts a ball into the middle of the line out, comes through. Remember, there's a little bit of space in the middle of the field there. Little pop-up pass. It can't get through. Seam closes down. Get knocked on. It's going to be Griffin's ball.
You got to feel the confidence rise with the Lions, Lance. I mean, they get a critical, the benefit of a critical yellow turned to a red, and although they lost that ball there with a knock on, they got to feel good about where they're at right now, ahead on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and this is going to make for a compelling story. If the Griffins put this game off, they battle back from a lot of adversity to get to that point.
Currently the red card, the Griffins, they put this one in. They have Sonny Ula in the midfield now as their power runner. Off the back is Peterson, but a scrum penalty, and these type of things are just going to build more and more confidence in this Lions team, as now they're going to be able to push this downfield and take a line out.
Look at the swag. Look at the swag.
Yeah.
They feeling confident. The Lions are definitely feeling confident, but you can't allow it to take your mind off the task at hand. It's got to be next job from here on.
Yeah, you're going to see them take 3 points here. Guys, I got to tell you, I've watched the Lions play several times this year, and they are a really good team in the second half. They don't let themselves get down, and whenever there's opportunities to take advantage, they will do so. They came from behind to close the gap in the first meeting with the Bombers to 1 point. They came back to tie it up in their second meeting, and here we see they're just going to put 3 points on the board. Let's see if it'll happen here.
Not there for Milne, unfortunately. Yeah, it's going to stay 17-12. So we have 22 drop here for the Griffins, I believe. People occasionally forget the 22 dropouts now that the goal lines are in. Dillon has a hold of the ball. Max Dillon getting his players behind him. We'll see what he goes with this. If he goes for some distance, and he does, pushes it downfield. Get some good space on that. Well fielded there by Willis Goodwin. Willis Goodwin just looking for a little space there. It doesn't come. Players coming around. Griffin's players on the ground there weren't quite back. Big run coming there. Kinnevok a little more prominent in the second half, ball in hand. As we're over the 20-minute mark, we've just about 19 minutes left to go in this one. Red card for the Griffins, one player down for the rest of it. Just a tight lead, still anybody's game. Well taken there by Dillon. Lions are trying to hold him up, but he did the high tackle there. So Dillon will have an opportunity, just drops the ball. They're probably going to push this downfield.
With the lead, the Lions are happy to put that ball into the Griffins' half and make them play out of it. It's smart gameplay, but you can't commit those kind of penalties, right? You've got them on the back foot. You've got the momentum. You've got your swag. Why commit those penalties? Just play nice, secure ball. Don't commit the penalties. Don't overplay things, and you can just keep with the run of play here.
Griffins. To the middle of the line out they go. Griffins looking for a spark. Shoop goes back to the same side. Allwine gets it to Sonny Ula. Sonny Ula. Shoop. Allwine again. Allwine battles for every inch he can get. Another high tackle against the Lions. Now they're going to have to be careful. A referee going to have a word.
Yeah, we could see this be a 14-a-side game right now. Let's see what Sean does.
You've made head contact with your shoulder. It was a lower degree of danger, but it's still contact.
Indeed, we have a 14-a-side game, as you said here. So high tackle, they're going to put the player up the field. So for the next 10, it will be even numbers, as they're calling that there on Zivi Polowski.
That's head contact. He's right on top of it. He sees it way too high. Go ahead and show him that yellow card. Go sit down and have some cheese, fella.
Griffins put it down the corner. Just down by 5. Strong rolling maul here. Missing one player in the forwards are the Lions. Opportunity to drive this one in. Unconverted
100%.
try would tie it. Converted try would put them in the lead. Good momentum so far. Lions have to be careful. You don't want to drag this down. They have an advantage right at the line, and they're going to go over. That's 5 points. Tough angle on a kick to come. But we are all tied up here at the Chicago Blaze facility. Midwest Rugby Union Championships 2024. The Chicago Lions versus the Griffins, all tied up, lives up to its billing.
And that's just smart play there. You go for the line out, knowing that you have a man advantage up front, that you can put the power on, get the physicality game going, and put the ball over the try line to tie the score. As we said, gentlemen, this match is epic. We knew it would be, and it's living up to its billing. How exciting is this for Midwest Rugby Union right now?
Fantastic matchup. We take another look at this try.
Thank you.
Lance
great
just
take.
pure power.
I mean, this is their second Marlin try. They figured it out, especially once the numbers got even. Forward on forward.
Flags go up, gentlemen.
Yeah. We have another lead change here. Look at Christian Artuso. He's pleased. It is a 2-point game in favor of the Griffins now. 14-on-14 for the moment. Griffins have a red card. Lions a yellow. 15 minutes to go. Plenty of time. Penalty kick puts the Lions in the lead. Inside the 22 for the Griffins.
Yeah, you're fine.
Shoot. To Dylan. Dylan. Little pressure on him. Can't get the distance he might want. Pressure coming on from the Griffins. How will this bounce? To touch. Milne has a hold of it. They're going to go just back to the line out are the Lions.
That's a great kick. You get it down close to the 22. You put the pressure back on the Lions. Make them try to play that ball, out of their half. Remember, the ball starts outside the 22 here. So if it goes back to Milne, if he kicks it to touch, the ball comes back for a Griffins line out. So he's got to be careful about what he does here with the boot. We know he can be surgical, so he's got to be smart in order to relieve this pressure.
Ball back for the Lions. It's messy, however. Gets up into the big boys' hands. That's Mawinga with a head of steam. Shoot. Looking for some runners. Shoot.
Offside.
There's some extras going on at the top of our screen.
It's a little bit of a discussion here.
Little hargy-bargy.
There might have been some hands thrown just a little bit. On one of the clear outs, they just continued to battle a little bit too much after the tackle. As you'll see on the replay on your bottom
I have red 16 with things, gets a guy around the neck and tries to settle things now. Both were in foul play range.
So 16 red,
Yes.
black 2.
Yes.
All right. And
Look at the top of his screen. Loudon, after that line
So
out, goes in to play
to red.
peacekeeper. They're saying he was
Captain,
around the neck.
black,
I'm not
2,
sure. It looked like he was
16
around the
red.
body, then around the neck, and then from there, they both might actually get some cards here.
About the off the ball stuff, and I said we were going to escalate. Now you two have escalated it. So you're off and you're off.
Lighting
We got
off.
a 13-a-side
Red
game here.
penalty.
We're in a
Foul.
13-a-side game.
Foul.
You're absolutely right, Rob Hammersmith. Interesting days here. Let's come down to 7s will be okay. Units left in this game. Everything to play for a 2-point lead for the Griffins. Everybody down to 13 at the moment. Remember, Griffins will not
Notice that both hookers are off now.
Time out.
So let's see what happens with the rest of this game when we need a
Mawinga's
critical
going to make
line
a
out.
run for the line. Lions player caught in the middle. Griffins would like to extend this lead. They have a bit of momentum at the moment. Little show trying to come back the other way. Shoot. Looking for players to keep working there. Mahuinga goes in. Griffins at the line. Griffins near the line. Referee on the spot. Can they get over? Shoop is right there. Shoop may have scored that one. The referee and assistant referee will confer. Let's listen.
Boys, no argument. Try is good.
Try is good from the Griffins. What a turnaround for this Griffins team. You can see the no love loss continues there as the Griffins continue to put points on the board here. They're up 2, now they're up 6.
Hey, are you new captain?
That's just smart play, seeing that the Lions were sleeping in the gap there.
Okay, I can't have any more, okay?
Little pick and go to stretch for the line.
Yeah.
And notice it was on the side of the AR, so there's a clear opportunity for that AR to get a look at that try score. If it would have been on the other side, both the AR and the official on the other side.
Rob, that's exactly what I have. Thank you. Well done.
Well, I tell you what, though, you can kind of see that white pill first being spilled forward, but again, without the benefit of a TMO,
Marquise, you gotta just
the on-field decision stands.
I mean, I got a plethora.
26-17, about 12 minutes left in this one. Lions had a lot of momentum not that long ago, and had a tough run of it the last few minutes. They need to get some points on the board here.
He's knocked down by
Ball high up in the air. Griffins take it down. Griffins all bouncing their way at the moment as Peterson takes that one in. Little pick and go. Lions trying to dislodge that ball in the contact. Not getting it. Shoot. Dillon hangs it up in the air. Well taken by the Lions. Little slip there for Milne. Couldn't quite get what he wanted. Looking to get the hand free to get the ball away, but cannot. Griffins are in and over that ball. Are they going to be able to draw a penalty? No, they will not. Kinnevok jumping a run there in that contact. Back across. Good defensive pressure coming here from the Griffins. Milne hangs it up. It's outside the 22. That one skews a little high there. Well taken. A little pass off the back there. Does the room open up? They go wide. Wall gets it. Wall also gets a couple of Griffins defenders. It slips around the outside, bumps off a couple. Peyton Wall doing his job here. Lions on the move outside the 40-meter line. They could use points very quickly here as we're just over 10 minutes to go in this game. Hard work here by the Lions. Need to get their shape back, need to find their runners. Missing a couple players. Leiden plays well in those outside channels. They run one back in. Well tackled immediately. Still on the move. Demendorf finds Milne. Milne, little pass off there to Wall, off his wing to the other one. Ball on the ground. Griffins player in and over that and has drawn the penalty. Griffins, what a move, what a moment for that turnover. Great work, Chicago Griffins.
And you got to keep in mind, the Griffins have exceptional momentum right now, but once these yellow cards return, they'll still be down a player for the last 4 to 5 minutes of this game. That can really change the momentum yet again. We'll see how it progresses, though.
On the other side of the field, you see the Lions trying to get that physical contact back on their side, back into their game. But, you know, the strength of Wall, the strength of Kinnevok as runners and strike runners, the Griffins have been up to the defensive task. You know, only one player going into contact to make the tackle and the next guy in competing for that ball to slow it down a little bit. It just shows the confidence that the Griffins have right now that they're up by 9.
Sure. You all good? What do you think, yeah? You're out? Okay.
Still 10 minutes to go. Player getting attended to here. Looks like we're going to have a change.
Yeah, for him, Rob.
As Toriumi.
Here we see Peyton Wall get the ball in this replay right here.
Okay, thank you.
Boomfud just shoves him off. 2 players trying to take him. keeps his head down, keeps his leg drive going, then shoves off one, then another. And he's shoving off forwards, guys. We're not just talking about backs that are half his size. We're talking about big forwards. Again, it goes back to my point I said earlier. It's why the Chicago Hounds drafted him in this 2024 draft. It's why he's such a quality player that they can develop, hopefully, into their lineup sooner than later.
Max Dillon has the ball, the penalty here. Dillon pushes this one downfield, about 9 minutes in the game clock. May have some referees time. We will see. About 30 meters out, it's going to be a lineup for the Griffins. Probably look to the Griffins to slow things down just a little bit here. As the clock ticks away, it works against the Lions.
And you see the Griffins taking their time to get to that line out, chewing up the clock. They know how important that is. Looks like Sidney Shoup's going to be throwing the ball in with the hookers out.
Ball eaten up there by the Lions.
No way, Black!
Shoup from hooker to scrum half. Then in the full game, digging this one out. Referee, which way will the penalty go? It's going to go against the Lions. Player not rolling away at the bottom there.
Sidney Shoup is a grinder.
Yeah, he's back on.
He's willing to play any place on the pitch. He played on the flank for the Hounds. Last week he played against the Bombers on the flank. Now he's showing his skills at 9. And then when called upon, showing his skills to get that ball in and win a line out, keeping the pressure on the Lions.
Yeah, it's on you, Dip.
The Lions are back at full strength. Griffins could be back to 14. 8 minutes to go on the game clock. Griffins ball. Powerful line out drive earlier was the difference. We'll see whether they go for this again. Shoup again in at the thrower position here as the ball comes up. Shoup digs. Shoup looking for some space. Takes the ball into contact. Referee telling the Lions players to get away. Lions, the architects of their own doom at the moment.
I really thought the Lions player got over the ball there.
No, all the way over, all the way over. All the way over, please, on the 5. Yeah, that's good there, yeah. That's good, 10.
See Gabriel Mawinga is going to tap this one and go. He points at the Lions players. Said, I'm going over there, right over that white line. He's near it. He's not going to get there. Driving towards the line are the Griffins. Suniula out there, but player in and over. And that may be all she wrote as the Griffins go across the whitewash again. Another 5 points on the board for the Chicago Griffins. The battle for Chicagoland is winding down.
And that's just an exclamation point on this game for the Chicago Griffins. Obviously, that mental confidence that they slowly built over the course of the second half. And here you see it driving forward with the physical battle. Lance talked about it earlier. Shoupers pointing towards the ball, asks for a pick and go, and they get it with the try.
I mean, we literally just watched the Griffins take the Lions' heart away. This right now is the Wizard of Oz. The Lions have no heart because the Griffins, through all physicality and maximizing on the mistakes the Lions make, have absolutely taken their heart. Lions do have a shot. I mean, 2 tries with 5 minutes to go with a player advantage is possible, but they have to show it right now to counteract the momentum the Griffins are taking.
Lance, what's interesting is they've been able to do that with a man down, right? They had that red card. Maluia went off after a second yellow, and they're still able to stay engaged in this game, keep up the physical battle, keep up the mental battle, put the pressure on the Lions, and take this game in hand. Not impossible for the Lions to overcome, but man, the odds are stacked against them at this point.
We had time off for an injury. Okay.
Shoup had a little bit of an injury there. Had to get looked at before he gets up here. So shot clock is reset. 31-17, 6 minutes to go. The Griffins lead in this Midwest Rugby Union Championship. Very hard road here for the Lions. Shoop does not get that one, but 31-17 looks good for this Griffins team.
Can I just say the strength of the Midwest Rugby Union at the D1A men's level? I mean, you've got the Chicago Griffins against the Bombers last week, a 2-point difference. So tight between the Lions and the Bombers throughout the season. 3 really good teams in the Midwest.
Lions seem to take that one down. A player was pushed out. There's going to be a line out here for the Griffins, I believe.
Did he step out first? He threw it, then it hit the red player, so black line out.
They're going to say it is a Lions line out. Under 5 minutes to go on the game clock. We'll see what kind of referee's time there may be on this. Ball up in the middle line out for the Lions. They need something quick here. Kieran O'Connor, and it's at scrum half right now. Ball well taken there, but driven back. They're right around halfway. That was a high tackle for the Lions, an opportunity. They need to get points on the board very quickly if they're going to have any opportunity here. They go to the wing. Back across they come. There's a player down in the background there. Lions continue to work their way forward. See some changes coming there. Alex Verdon, number 18, picks it up and has a go. Shoot, trying to dig that one out. Cannot do so. Kieran O'Connor.
Okay, advantage offside.
Offsides against the Griffins. 4 minutes on the game clock. Kieran O'Connor looking for a little break here. They still have the advantage. See what they decide to do here. One would think they may want to go quick again, and they will. Milne knows he needs the points. Milne looking for the space and finds a little of it. Mawinga goes down to the ground, needs to roll away and does. Ball comes up there into the hands of Harris McLeod. Big pick up and go there from Ivan Delgado. Delgado gets about 5 meters out. Another big pick.
Get out.
Looking out there, Kieran O'Connor's looking to the line. Can he get there? His hands were over it. Did he knock it on? A referee is going to take time off. Talk to the assistant referee. They're going to award it. Kieran O'Connor, the replacement, is over the line. Kieran O'Connor puts it down for the Lions from Skokie, Illinois. Played a bit of rugby in Ireland. Gets these 5 points on the board. Lions would need a lot very quickly.
I don't know.
Little show and go there.
Sorry.
I don't know. That might be a knock-on. The Lions might have got away with one here. That ball is out of his hands on the way down, but the 5 points still count. Absolute miracle for the Lions. Referee is not in the proper position. AR gave him the thumbs up.
Yeah, O'Connor showing the strength and carry there. Sees a half gap, drives his legs, reaches out. Looked like a knock-on, but it's going to count. Again, the lack of a TMO here.
31-26. We have not written the end of this one yet.
I don't know what you're yelling. I can't hear you.
31-24, pardon me.
31-24, 2 minutes.
Or 26.
31-24, 2 minutes.
This game is not over, guys.
This game is certainly not over.
7 points down. The Griffins have to mind their discipline here. If they don't, we obviously know Milne can put that ball deep. Work the rolling ball.
There's the mistake. Not what the Griffins want. With one player down, player with a red card for the Griffins. It's going to be a scrum at midfield for the Lions. Lions have threats on the outside.
That's dangerous territory right here with a man down. The Lions are going to set up camp on either side. Paying attention to how the Griffins set up their defense. Look for a man advantage because they can take either side of the scrum to look for an attack. You slide an 8 over, you bring the 9 with you. You've got a center, you've got a winger. Make use of the odd man advantage that you have.
Ball to come in here from the try scorer, Kieran O'Connor.
What a game. What a
Free
game.
kick. It's actually a penalty here. Under a minute. They're going to go quick. They could have gone and set that one up in the corner. Referee's going to call them back. So I'd imagine that's what they will go to.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you'd go quick there with Milne's ability to put that ball into touch from a distance. Why not put it down there and put the pressure on the Griffins, get the rolling ball going? You got the man advantage.
Odd choice. Milne does put the ball. They're at the 40-meter line, trying to hold them up with the Griffins. Time winding down. Another penalty advantage here for the Lions. They do have the penalty advantage. We'll see what they decide to do. Can they snake their way through? If not, then they'll be able to put the ball down. Referees are going to go back with a whistle. We'll see what they decide to do this time. Players, not sure if they're not realizing what the score is here.
Yeah, there is not a scoreboard here for the players to see. So I think that's an important fact.
So that time, Milne puts it down. 7 points. Time is up. We are in the red. It is the D1 championship for the Midwest Rugby Union. Leading by 7 are the Griffins. A line out near the line. If the Lions get a converted try, we are all tied up and headed to overtime.
Substitute hooker here, Jake Reed, former Blaze player. I actually coached him in high school. Hard-nosed kid. Let's see if he can get the ball in. Oh,
that is not what they want. They kick it in a touch to the Griffins, and a referee is going to whistle us for the end of that one. And it lives up to everything you thought it would live up to. The Chicago Griffins have edged the Lions 31-24 at the Blaze Rugby Facility Midwest Rugby Union Championships. The Griffins will move on. Tough times for the Lions.
Although there's no love lost between these two teams, there's a lot of players that will be playing next week against the Midwest Thunderbirds as a part of the Chicago Hounds Academy. And so you see a lot of guys hugging each other because, let's face it, boys, you know, beyond club, they're playing together at the representative level with the Chicago Hounds Academy.
What an absolute great ending. That is an amazing bit of play from two rivals. We were blessed with an amazing championship for the Midwest, gentlemen.
All right. We'll take a look at some of the action here throughout this game. Momentum swung either way. Take it away, boys.
We see a scrum. Schuper gets it out there. This is that wrap play through that half gap. Really well designed, well executed. That's what you're looking for when you want to get the score on.
And how the physicality carried on for the match for the Griffins early on is absolutely beautiful. It set the tone for them early in this matchup. And the maul tries that they scored multiple throughout the day, their forward pack leading from the front, absolutely bringing it to this Griffin forward pack, especially inside of that 5-meter line when it was pick and go time. A yellow card earlier in that first half really created opportunities for the Lions. The New Zealanders spinning and stepping and moving and grooving, and you just seen exactly what the Lions were capable of, able to fight back, take the lead, and take what could have been seen as a lead that would have put a lot of teams away. The Griffins battled back and continued to fight, and it led to absolutely an ESPN classic to the very end. This skip pass right here is what gave the Lions the lead at the end of the first half and really shown that they were going to quit just because the Griffins were bringing it in the tackle area, in the rucks. But the Griffins not saying no, finding a way to fight against the Lions. In the jungle, the Lions sleep tonight and they will not wake up. Unfortunately, their season is over. But big collisions, the wall man knocking into a forward, the 8-man, that hit right there, showing that the Griffins were there for this entire match. And it was just an amazing championship.
Rob Hammersmith, final thoughts?
Yeah, well, I spoke with Patty Ryan earlier in the week, and he said one of the things they need to do is win the physical battles in the contact areas, and I think that we saw that on cue all day today. The Griffins would not lie down.
And here is the final movement here as we get ready to sign off for the day. It's been a wonderful day of rugby at the Chicago Blaze facility in Lamont, Illinois. Midwest Rugby Union 2024 Championship. Your D1 champions are the Chicago Griffins of the Midwest Rugby Union. And for everybody at Next Level Rugby, That's Lance Kavanaugh. He's Rob Hammerschmidt. I'm John Broker. We hope you have a great rest of your day.